Thanks.
So, hello and welcome to episode number 24 of the Fullstack Network. And today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to build a micro Reddit app. We're basically going to have some posts, and then you will be able to upvote and downvote a vote. So, we'll see how far we will get. Depending on how far we will get, we will add cookies and we will add like limitations and so on and so forth. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. As always, we have Stevens. Hello, Stevens.
Hello, Avi.
Good evening, Stevens.
Good evening, Avi.
Okay, great. So let's go ahead and get started. And before we get started, I want to stress something out. We are going to move fast today. So if you don't ask us questions and if you don't say, hey, this is going too fast, then we're just going to go at the pace that we're comfortable with. Okay? So if you have any questions, I'm going to say it now, and I'm probably going to say it again and again over the course of the stream. Ask the questions that you have. Otherwise, I am going to be moving as fast as I feel comfortable, and you will see how fast that is. So let's go ahead and see what we kind of want to build here. Okay, and what we want to build here is something really simple. So we're going to have something like that, right? And then let's have some text. So this is going to be the text of the post. So this is post about something, right? And then this is going to be here, and then you're going to have some sort of an icon here, which is going to say no, not an icon, let's say another rectangle, just like here. Let's move this here and this here. Okay, and then this is going to be here, and this is going to be here, and let's have another text here, which will say like, I don't know, 12. No, that's not what I want. No, that's not what I want. Okay, so it's gonna say 12 here, right? And then you're gonna have an upvote and a downvote, right? So let's see if we have any upvote. Okay. I don't see any upvote. Let's see if we have arrow. So yeah, seems like we have arrow circle down, and arrow circle up. So yeah, we can have like an upvote here, and then arrow circle down is going to be here. Okay, so this is it. This is all we're gonna build here. Nothing really crazy. And obviously we're gonna have a few of these posts. And we're going to build the client side using React and Redux, and the server side using Express with SQLize and PostgreSQL. Okay, so right off the bat, we have a question here from our loyal viewer, Acidic Mushrooms, asking which program is that. So this is called Balsamic Mockups. And it's actually one of my favorite programs. I literally just installed it like 5 minutes ago, and I haven't even put my license in. I bought this program for maybe even 5 years ago, and never looked back since. Like literally, when you want to sketch something out, it's so convenient and so easy and so nice. And yeah, it's super comfortable. Great. So what we're going
So,
to, yeah, go ahead,
how
Stevens.
how does this has anything to do with Reddit? This is like Reddit API or just
No. What I'm
copy?
saying is like similar to Reddit, where you post something and then someone can upvote and downvote, but it's like Stack Overflow, and it's like, you know what I mean?
Okay,
It's like
got it.
any other voting website. Okay.
Okay.
So at first we will just have the posts, and then we'll see how far we will get. And depending on how far we will get, we'll add a details page for each post, so you can add more details. But for now, we'll focus on this here. Okay, sounds good?
Yep.
Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we have so far. So what we have so far is basically this client. And I'm gonna post this in the chat. So this is our client here, and this is just version 001 initial, and all it is basically just this React Redux starter kit. Just to not mess around with Webpack and so on and so forth. I just took one thing that is very minimal, and I'm gonna start with that because I want to, just get started and get going. So this is what we have so far, and I tagged it 001 so we can reference it and see kind of where we are and what we added. Great. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. So if I split the screen here and do yarn start, what we're going to see is here in the browser, we're going to see that we have localhost 3000. And localhost 3000 is our Redux app. And as you can see, there's literally nothing here. There's a counter that does Redux, and that's about it.
Hey, Avi,
Yeah.
do you think you can share your browser screen with me?
What do you mean?
Like the browser screen on Skype?
Oh, just the browser?
Yeah.
But then you will have to, move between them.
Yeah, that's fine. I do. That's what I do every session. I move between screen. Like when you code, I go to the SSH session, and when you do browser, I go to the browser screen.
Okay. But you won't know when I do browser.
No, I know. I know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So I don't know where
I
the
know when you do browser.
Dude, I'm sharing my entire screen and you'll deal with the resolution.
That's fine.
Okay, so shared my entire screen. So Camzak on
Thanks.
Twitch. Hello, man. How are you? And today we're building things, something up your alley. We're gonna do some Redux and React and Express. So hope you like it. Okay, so this is basically what we have. And what we want to end up with is something like that, which is gonna have a server backend as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what we have here, and let's split the screen another time and focus here. So index.html, which is our kind of entry point, we have basically nothing. This should be already familiar if you ever used React and Redux. And then we have our index.js and simple like Redux store, which has a store and create store. So really simple stuff. Nothing crazy. Again, this code is open source, so you can go ahead and check it out. And like I said, I take 0 credit here. I started from this boilerplate here, so you can go check it out as well. So feel free to go there. I'm not really going to focus on what I have so far because it's literally just an empty thing. So let's see the components. We have an app, and inside the app component, we have the provider, we have the store. So everything should look familiar if you are, even just a bit familiar with React and Redux. So we're going to remove this home and we're going to remove this counter. Right. And then, so Zach is saying create React app. And let's see, create React app. Does it have Redux in it? I'm open to change it. So create React app, what it's doing. So public index, src. Yeah, dude, it's really, let me just open the chat so people can see as well. Create React, and then there's a fork for doing Redux, and that's all fine. But really, there is literally 0 significance to this at this point. I don't want to like diverge here and use things that I don't need. All right, so let's go ahead and refresh here, and of course I need to run yarn start first because otherwise what am I expecting to reload? Okay, so what is it doing now? Is it bundling? Webpack, okay. So refresh, great. So now we have a counter, and and we have a welcome here, great. So this is kind of our page layout. So here we should have a routes, and the routes we should have a home, and we have a view which is a home view. So let's go ahead and here, and this should be the duck. Great. Okay, awesome. So we have a welcome duck, and the welcome duck just like renders a duck. And what we want to do is start to kind of render what we have here. But before we really render what we have here, what we need is Bootstrap. Okay, so let's put some Bootstrap in here. So let's go to our index.html, and here we have Bootstrap and Bootstrap.js as well. So let's copy that over as well. Okay, so this is script here, and then here is src equals to this. So JS and done. Okay, so let's close this here. Right, and head isn't allowed in body elements, that's fine. And then style, so we can open that here. So let's see. Oh man, I literally cannot remember how you put styles here. So I'm only gonna use the CSS from Bootstrap, not just JS. But I'm just like including it here for now. Okay, so this is here, and then this is here, and this is here. Okay, so this is the CSS. Let's remove the JS for now because people are getting upset about adding the Bootstrap JS. Okay, so we have the Bootstrap JS. So we have the Bootstrap CSS. And now if we refresh here and we view the page source, then the Bootstrap CSS should be here, and it's here, which is great. Okay, so what we're going to do now is inside of our home view. So let's go to our home view. We are going to say, let's render out the things. Okay, so let's have one of our things here. Okay, so we are going to create this. We're going to create an li, and so ul obviously, ul like so, and then this, so li, and the class is going to be, so class name obviously, otherwise React is going to get upset. So list group item, and this is going to be here, li, great. And then let's copy some code here just for the upvote and the downvote. So we're going to have an upvote, and then we're going to add a downvote. So here we're going to have the votes. So this is going to be something like, 4 or 3 or whatever. And then this is going to be the downvote. And obviously we don't have click here. This is not view, so let's remove this and remove this. And then we'll have this, which is going to be the title. And for now, let's say this is a sample title. Okay, so let's refresh. We have a ul, li, everything looks in place. So when I refresh, I don't really see that. So let's see why. Because this should definitely be here. So ul, li, and then, I don't have a, so this is class name, and this is class name, and this is class name. I keep forgetting these with React. Okay, and we have a plus and a minus, and obviously they don't work right now. Okay, cool. So let's add some home view like SCSS here, and let's paste in some code just to space things out. Okay, so let's refresh. All right, so refresh. So we have a hover effect. It's kind of hard to see. Okay. So let's see what we have here in terms of CSS. We have a base and colors. Right, so we have a main here. So this already imports Bootstrap. So we can remove this and remove this really for now. Okay, cool. So this is looking better. Well, a bit better. And let's have this here. And refresh. And then here. Okay, cool. So what we can see here that we can remove this bootstrap because it's already being included for us. Okay, so now this is a sample title, but I lost my glyphs again. And the question is why? So bootstrap, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So main.scss here. So bootstrap SCSS, bootstrap SCSS. So node modules probably has bootstrap. And it does. And probably has an SCSS. Okay, and then it probably has glyphs or icons, or what does it have? So bootstrap. Let's also have bootstrap reboot. Okay, so we have it here. And where is the glyphs in Bootstrap? So let's see here. So we have mixins. I don't really see where the glyphs are. So utilities, carousel, buttons. So let's search for glyph icon. So ACK in node modules. And actually, let's look in Bootstrap only. Otherwise, it's going to cost us. Okay, so it doesn't seem like this is really good for us. So let's do the index.html and create the Bootstrap here. Okay, so this is looking better, but it's kind of in the middle here. But I don't want to focus on that, okay? So what I want to do is, let's close this up. So question so far, am I moving too fast? People in the chat room and Steven's here. Let me know what you think. If it's moving too fast, if something is not clear, then let me know. So let's go to the home view here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this entire thing and make it into a component called a micro post. So let's look at the home views here. And let's go here, here, and where are we? So we are in components and inside of home. Where is the home view? Okay, so home and then components, and then we have a home view. Okay, so let's create src components and then a micro post .js, right? And let's go to the home view. And we can copy this and go to the micro post again here. So we're importing React, we're importing this, we're importing this. And
I have a question.
yeah, sure. Just a second. So home view, and then this is going to be a micro post. And then this is going to render this. All right, and then here, this is going to be a micro post. Here and here. So then we are going to say import here and then another one and micro post. Right, so import micro post from micro post like so. And I think it's here, but I'm not sure. So let's see if it builds. And it's not. So let's fix this. So we're in components on home view. So we are going, from components. Okay, so from components. And then micro post. Let's see what we have here. So it probably cannot find the file. Unexpected. Okay. So import. Yeah, I forgot the from. Okay. So browser doesn't contain a valid alias. So src routes home components home view module not found cannot resolve micro post src routes home components. So we are here in home view and we go up 1, 2, 3 and then components. So 3 and then components. Micro post. Okay, this looks good and refresh and we're still getting this here. All right, so this looks good. And now what we can go is we can go to the home view here. What? Just a second. Let's close this. And then we can duplicate that. And what we can see is we can see them multiple times. Okay. So let's see if we have any questions on Twitch so far.
I have a question.
Just a sec. So why do you say that's bad practice, or why you say it's dangerous rather? I'm really not sure what you mean, Matt, if you can clarify. And yeah, Stevens, go ahead, ask.
So how come the structure of the React app, it look a bit different than what you used to do with like a presenter and an index for every component? Is this like something a little bit different?
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but it's not really relevant to this, to the logic behind this app. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay.
So right now, every component, what does the folder structure look like for every component?
Dude, it doesn't matter for this app. It doesn't matter because we can get bogged down into the structure here and spend like 15 minutes, but it really doesn't matter. Like this is a structure of components, and then you have app.js, and inside of it you have routes. So all of the components are kind of in routes. And then inside of counter you have component, and then inside of that you have modules and containers. And again, it doesn't really matter. It's not the meat of what we're doing here. It's just like some way of building React app. It's not the way that I build normally. You're right. I usually build with a presenter and an index, and I put everything under its like feature, and not under these components. And we can actually spend a minute and refactor that. So let's go ahead and go into app. So we have app.js here, and then we have a routes, and in the routes we have an index. So great. So if the path is this, then the component is going to be the core layout, and the index route is going to be home. So then we can go see what is the core layout. So core layout is layouts page layout. Okay, so then this, and then what happened here? Layout page layout, and then this is the home page. I mean, it's not bad. I don't think we really need to refactor here.
Yeah, I just wanted to know was there any good reason to switch this style other
Well, I
or
didn't
it's just
switch
for
the
the
style. I just
convenience?
worked with this like boilerplate. You know what I mean?
It's a boilerplate. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. And yeah, so Zach is saying something, something correct. What I usually do is I block things under features. So there's like the counter feature, and then there's the post feature, and then so on and so forth. But for this, you know what I mean? For this, what I really want to show is how I go about like doing this and connecting the things, connecting like the React and the Redux and the actions, and then making the server. It's not really relevant into where the components go. You can talk about where the components go and why the components go there, but this is a different tutorial. This is like a completely different subject. What we're talking about here is we're trying to like cram into 2 hours a full stack app, which is client side, server side, CSS, JS, you know what I mean? All the interactions and so on and so forth. So we really need to kind of skip some things and kind of leave to the viewers if they have questions. But I think, and I'm not saying your question is not a good question, but what I'm saying is your question is relevant if we were doing how you build a React app in the most, in the best way. But this is not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is how to build a full stack app, React plus Redux plus Express plus SQL plus Express, right? Plus PostgreSQL. So looking into, hey, why is this component here or why is this component there is not relevant because it's not contributing anything to understanding whether the app is good or whether the app is not good. You with me?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. What the shit?
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it.
Okay.
I agree. No, I just we can move on to what
Okay,
we're
and
doing.
Zach, thank you for the support. Stevens is like, are you talking to me?
No, I get it. Like I get it the first time you said it.
Have you been talking? I was on mute this entire time.
I mean, it's like I was looking in the chat room for people who was asking questions. I was like, "What are you talking about me?" Because
What the
like
fuck?
I didn't realize you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to Cam Zach. I was like, he didn't ask any questions.
I was I was on mute. What are you talking about? Are we like? Is this real life? Oh, this was awesome, man. This was awesome. Okay, so so
Well, just yeah, just go.
so now we have this. This is a sample. This is a sample title here, and let's see something. So UL here. Why is this like? Um. Okay, so let's go to our home view here and SCSS, and now let's change the UL here to be text align left and save it here. And actually now this should go to the micro post and not here. But that's all right. And we don't need the duck. Fuck the duck. Okay. Great. So let's go to the home view, and this should say welcome to the micro Reddit clone. And what else do we have is here and refresh. Awesome. And then in app.js we have this and page layout.js, and this is micro Reddit. Refresh. Okay, great. So another question on Twitch. How do you go about writing UI tests? And I don't think we are going to do that today. really the focus today is to finish the full stack app. To basically start from scratch as we did, well, not from scratch, but from some kind of starter app, and then finish the full stack app, which means client and server. So today we're not going to be doing any UI tests, probably. Um, and and the thing is this, and you know, answering to Zach, just today, I think I never do tests. So I don't know if you watched my stream earlier, but I'm basically the opposite of you. I always do tests. Uh, there's literally zero code I write that will go to the real world that doesn't have tests. And if you actually go and see what I streamed earlier today, so let github.com, Kenso Dev, Bashir. So Bashir is just a Go app that I'm working on, Golang CLI, and what you see immediately is that it has tests. You know what I'm saying? And those tests cover a lot of the app, because this is how I work. Got it. Just kidding. Okay, so. All right, so this is a sample title. This is a sample title. Micro post, micro post, micro post. Great. So now the question is, do you want to fake the voting with the client side and then connect the server side, or do you want to do the server side and then connect the client side to that server side? Yes, I'm talking to you, Stevens.
Yeah, what's the point of? I think usually it's easier if we fake it first, right? So we don't have to work on the server side for now.
Okay, so let's go ahead and so Cam is saying real API. So we're gonna have a real API. It's just a question whether we do it first or we do it second. But we're definitely gonna have a real API. Okay, so let's see what we have here in terms of the things here. So components and then styles. So components, we have a micro post, and then inside of the routes we have the counter, and inside the counter we have this. So we have a function increment and then double, which will return a promise and a timeout, and then actions, and then it, my goodness. So this is like a single file with everything together. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's why I wonder why you select this boilerplate. What do you like it?
I don't. Well, I never said I liked it. I literally found it 2 minutes before the stream.
Oh my God, seriously?
So yeah, container. So we have a counter container, map dispatch to props, and yeah, I already see I don't like it. I already see I don't like it. Well,
I mean, I thought you would have just used one of your older
yeah,
like
that's all right.
project as this boilerplate.
So Cam is saying, and I agree, this is not bad. And again, looking at this app, this is not bad. But looking at an app that should scale and think about like adding 50 components, 100 components, this is very bad. So selectors plus actions plus reducers seem fine. No need to be so verbose. For smallish apps, it's fine. Yeah, and you know we said the same exact thing. For smallish apps, that's fine. It's just for me, it's hard to kind of put myself in that mindset, but I'll do today. Okay, but I think what we'll do, Stevens, is we'll get started with the server side. Okay?
Okay.
So we have the client side, and the client side we can see we already have like a title, and we have a vote count, and then we have a plus and a minus, right? So, great. So let's see here what's happening. So Twitch. Sign my computer, jar my hand. What? As Stevens is saying, are you talking to me? What? Are you talking to me? Are we in real life? Okay. So I am going to close this and put it aside. And let's see here. And I created this micro Reddit server, and there's literally nothing here. So let's gonna clone this. So git clone this. Micro Reddit server. Awesome. And what I'm going to do is I am going to split this, and I'm going to start from the point where we finished the day before yesterday. So here, and what did we call the Node.js app? Is it sample Node.js API or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So we have the migrations, package.json, user.
Oh, you wanna use this as the API starter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's already things here.
Yeah.
I don't really want to focus on like doing that. So let's take this, and then let's go here and open this up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to copy everything except the dist folder and the readme. So this is going to go here. What? Okay. So git ignore. Let's copy this. And git ignore and readme. So let's do this here. Copy. Okay, replace. I don't care. 5,000 items. Oh, we already copied the node modules. Okay, that's got it. So someone is asking a question on Twitch. Let's see who. The Nazrudin. Okay. Newbie here. Why React over Express? So there's really not React over Express. React is the client side and Express is the server side. So there's not like React over Express. And awesome. So let's go here and here and then here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this migration and rm-f this one. Okay. Someone is saying about the dog. Let's see. Do you see the dog? Do you see the dog?
I don't even see the dog in the screen. How do
There she
people
is.
know the dog is behind you?
Look, there she is. You see her?
She's sleeping. Yeah, I see her now.
She's being lazy.
Kramer.
Kramer. This is Kramer.
Hey, do you know Jim Kramer? Ever heard of that guy?
Dude, are you talking to me? I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, I'm talking to you.
Are you talking to me? I don't know.
I'm talking to you.
Okay, so rm-f here, and then let's go to models user.js, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that as well because we don't need that. And config here in the src. So let's go to dot git ignore. By the way, did someone assume my dog is a boy? Because it's not. It's a girl. Okay, so Vim. Okay. And what am I missing? What do I want to do? Okay, so config. So here config.json, and we're gonna call this micro Reddit development. Right?
Yep.
And awesome. So now we can exit this and split the screen. Micro Reddit server, and let's split the screen here and call create db and micro Reddit development. What? Oh, the server is not running. So let's run the server here on the foreground and create db. Okay, now we have create DB. So the database has been created, and now we are going to model. So sequelize. Model create name is going to be micropost, and attributes is going to be title, and votes, which is going to be an integer. Okay?
Oh, you can do that. Okay, that's cool. So
So
this does this create the migration and the model, or just the model? Well, actually,
what?
the command you just did, like, what does it do? Create. Does this create the migration and the model file?
Yeah, the migration and the file and the model file. But something here is missing. Um, cannot find modules, full stack network, node modules, lib helpers. What? Ah, dude, node. My God. Okay, so let's go ahead and node module, sequelize, model create, name, micro post. Cannot find module, full stack network, micro, node module, lib helpers. Who the hell cares about lib helpers? Sequelize. My goodness. Um, what? This is what I really, really don't like about like this Node.js stuff. Like, seems like nothing is working out of the box. You always need to do something. Okay, so let's go here and look at Vim node modules .bin sequelize, and let's look at line 11 helpers path.resolve dear name lib helpers. Okay, path.resolve dear helpers. So pwd. Just questions. Okay. What is creating the schema? I don't. I think I lost like connection here for a second. I don't. Okay, I don't really get the conversation. Did you upgrade to Node 8 recently? The answer is no. Does Micropost have an FK to user? The answer is no because we don't have a user. Or npm 5, the answer is also no. A lot of my builds got broke from that. Yeah, a lot of ours got broke as well. So let's see. So node dash v, and obviously that's not a dash. So node is 611, and npm dash dash version is npm 3. So I'm definitely not on the latest and greatest. So let's go here and then again go here, node, sequelize, micro Reddit server, micro post. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here and then here. Oh, okay. So this is actually true. The question is, why is it even here? So rm-rf, node modules, and npm install. Let's see what's going on here.
So it's because you manually copied over no
No, I
module.
mean, I don't know. Who knows? Let's see. Okay, so now again, sequelize. All right, seems like it's working. This is great. This is like such a Microsoft thing.
Microsoft.
Crying wussy. Oh shit! I said something. Thank you for the follow, as inappropriate as your nickname is. So let's go to the migrations here.
It's
So
crying woozy is okay. It's not that bad.
no, it's okay. Okay. So where are we here now? So we have migrations, models. What? This didn't do anything. Oh, oh, this is gonna have another like this is going to be another one of these sequelized directories. So let's see, sequelize CLI src dir directory. So config path.resolve config and migration path. Let's see where the path is, or models path. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So, so what we're going to do, let's go into src, and then let's do this, but another directory level up. Ah. So src migration. So mv here, migrations to here, and let's go here. And I think that worked. So models, we have a micro post. Great. So here we have votes, and we also need a title, and the data type is going to be string, right? And votes is going to be integer, and what I want is default. So default, so let's see, sequelize, default, default value. So let's check this out, and default, okay, so data type UUID, default value, data type UUID v1, default value function. So default value, okay, so default value. Okay, so let's try. So this, and then type is an integer. I'm not sure that's gonna work, but we're gonna try. And then default value is going to be 0. All right, and then let's migrate. Okay. So let's see what happened here in Postgres. Okay, so it seems like it's working.
How do you know? Did you even check Postgres?
Well, it created it, so let's do PSQL, and then this is, what did we call it? Micro Reddit development.
Yep.
Micro Reddit development. And
Okay.
we can say select star from
Micro posts. It's a micro posts.
yeah, I think it's micro posts.
No.
Yes, yes. Select star from. So let's do ls. Oh. Use here. Okay, micro posts. So select star from micro posts.
Oh, it's empty.
No, it's not empty. Okay, so
It is empty.
yeah, of course it's empty, but what I'm saying is that this one gave us an error.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay,
I see. I see.
so we are going to do insert into micro. Oh, look at that. It didn't put the title. It only did the votes.
Ah, that's right. Where did the title go?
Um, oh, micro Reddit development here.
Yes.
And what? And then DT is micro posts. But micro post is not really good for what we wanted because we wanted a title as well. So the question is why? So models. Oh, I see why. Oh man, I didn't do it in the migration here. So this is why. Here.
So this is the migration, but what's the other file?
Yeah, this is wrong. This is not what I wanted.
What?
So what I wanted is to put this default value here, and I put it in the wrong place.
But which one is the actual migration file?
This one.
Why are there two? This one.
So then this is string. Okay.
Which file is the other one? Like,
It's the
what
model.
is the other? Oh, this is the model file.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Here's the model. Okay, so we have a title, and what we're going to do now is we're going to drop db micro Reddit development. Okay, drop it. Okay, and now create db.
No, it gave the error.
Why?
Database removal failed. I
Oh,
don't know.
somebody's
Like,
using it because I'm using it. Okay, so let me not use it. Okay, so I'm blocking myself by myself. Drop db, and now create db, and migrate. Great. So PSQL here, and then let's do select star from micro posts. Awesome. And now we have a title and votes and created it and updated it. Awesome. So let's go to our routes here, and let's have app.get posts, and let's have get all posts, and get all posts is going to be a part of the post controller. Okay.
Yep.
So, by the way, Matt, we are going to be working with Postman now and doing like creating of models and updating of models with controllers. So I think this is really, really relevant to you. So stick around. And again, people in the chat room, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them, at any point in time. Okay? So let's go ahead and create that. So now let's rm-rf or f src. No, where are we? Controllers, users, or actually let's move controllers, users to controllers, posts. All right, and then posts.js here, and then we don't need the user. We need the micro post, and this is from models. Everything here looks fine. So then we need get all posts, and this is going to be micro post. And posts, and this is not needed, not needed, not needed, not needed, and get all posts. Okay?
Okay.
So before we do that, let's insert into micro posts. Let's say title, and we need a title like so, votes, and created. Let's focus here. Created at and updated at, and values. It's going to be, I think for Postgres values is this, or title this is a sample title, and votes it's going to be 1, and now, and now. What happened? Oh, I know what happened. So let's copy this and paste it here, and I close it with the wrong tag. Okay, so now this is sample title 222. Awesome. So now we have a few items in our database. So when I do select, I can see it. Okay?
Yep.
So what we're ready to do now is to do npm start on our server. And actually what we need to do first, app.js index here, app.js, this should be on port 4000. Otherwise, we're going to have a clash with our client-side app.
Ah,
So
interesting.
localhost 4000. And I don't know what happened. Something had a bug. As always, so great. I know what it is. So models, micro post, and this should be a comma. npm start. Another bug. Let's see what is it now. So throw new error, unrecognized field, type name. What? So title, data types dot, my god, string. npm start. Let's hope. Okay, great. So now this is working. And what we're going to do is we're going to be opening Postman. Okay. And let's put it here. And what we're going to do is we're going to call localhost 4000 and posts. And this is going to be a get and send. And what we see is this is a sample title,
That's cool.
ID2, votes, votes
Work.
1, and so on and so forth. And if we go to our thing again, and we can do this, and then this is going to be 2000. And then when I go send, what we see here is this is the new one. Okay?
Cool.
So now our server is working in terms of returning a list of posts. Okay?
Yep.
So what we can do now is, well, we first need to fix some security issues. But, let's deal with them one by one. Okay? So let's go here into the counter and module counter. So what I want to do is I want to copy this index. So let's see what there is. Inject reducer. Inject reducer from store reducers, path, counter, get component, const counter, require, counter container dot default, reducer equals model dot counter dot default, and then we inject the reducer. Okay. This is not really bad. Not I don't really like it as well, but it's not really bad. So let's see the container import counter. So this is map dispatch to props. Okay. Awesome. So and then the components, the counter is just a component. Okay. So what we are going to do is
Can we use this API already
yeah,
with
of
the
course.
components?
Yeah. This is what we're going to do now.
And by the way, have we ever created like a user model or
No, we
I
don't
just
need a user. We're
so
not
who
gonna have a sign up and like it's just gonna be like simple. Anybody
ah
can vote. You know, you click it
okay
and it votes. You know, we don't
I
really
see.
need to worry about the rest of these. You know, I just want to get it done.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so where are we now? Okay, so we are in the client side now, and the client side, this is so verbose. I don't really like it. So let's see something with the inject reducer here from store reducers. Reducer is here. So make reducer location sync and then inject reducer is injecting reducer to the store. Okay. So then inject reducer, inject reducer. So then this is get component. Where is get component? Is only invoked when router matches. Okay, so we actually need the component for the home. Okay, so this one. So home, components, and then we have the home view. But this is just a view. Okay. Let's try to do it simply. Okay. So let's open up here and let's have our micro post here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make dir -p src components micro post. Okay, and then inside src components micro post, I'm going to create an index.js, and this is going to be a comp index here. What? Where is my comp index? Okay, there it is. So this is going to be a micro post from presenter, and this is going to be a micro post. Awesome. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this file into src components micropost presenter.js. So
Okay.
presenter.js, and then this is going to be a presenter, and we are going to do this and then this. Okay, we don't need to override the constructor. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, and then we are going to remove this. Okay, so this is class micro post and extends component and micro post. Whoops, sorry. Micro post. Okay, so now inside of our micro post here, map state to props and map dispatch to props, we're going to do load posts here, which is going to dispatch load posts from server. Okay.
Okay.
And this is obviously going to be dispatch like so. And let's have src components micropost and actions.js. So this is going to be action, and this is going to be load posts from server, and we don't need this and this and this. So then import load posts from server from actions. Okay, so let's have this here. All right, and then reducer. So reducer is going to be action types. Initial state is going to be this and this. Okay. All right. So now let's have okay. So now we need to kind of connect our reducer and inject this reducer. So let's see src reducers JS. And we have inject reducer, which is going to be a key in the reducer. So we need somehow to like connect that reducer. And it's not really obvious how we're going to do it easily. So let's go ahead and see how we do it. So inject reducer, export const, inject reducer. Oh, what I can do is have like a self-executing function. So like self executing function ES6.
What is a self-executing function?
That's just invoking like this, self-invoking function. This here. Okay, so then what I can do is I can say import inject. So let's see, counter component counter here, import inject reducer from store reducer, and this is going to be inject reducer. So counter index, inject reducer, store key counter, and reducer. So it's like this. So this is going to be key of posts. And the reducer is going to be our reducer. So import reducer from reducer, and src components micropost and reducer. And there is action, so then we can have this. Okay, so then this is the initial state, and then this is going to return initial state. Okay, and then import load from server, or load dead from server, I should say, from action types. Okay, so src components, where are we? Microposts and action types.js. So let's look at our this here and modules counter So we can have this here. So action types, export const, loaded from server, and this is going to be loaded from server. Okay, so awesome. So now we're going to have our, so this is our reducer, and let's see our actions here. So one of our action is to say load from server, and what we need to use here is fetch. But before we can use fetch here, what we need to do is src components micropost. Okay, that's fine. So let's first fix this for a second. Home view here and microposts here. Okay, different things now. Inject reducer. Unexpected.
This is the self-invoking
Yeah, no
function.
worries. Micropost index, and then we have the inject reducer here. Oh, the reducer. Okay, so let's see our reducer. So this is importing the default function, so this is fine as is.
Dude, what does this function do?
It's
I'm still
calling
very lost.
itself when it's being interpreted. Um,
So
am
when the
I
interpreter gets to this line, it will call itself? Is that
missing?
what it means?
Am I missing a pair?
What?
Someone is saying I'm missing a pair of parentheses. Hmm. Okay, so reducers JS doesn't exist. Okay, lots of issues. So actions JS, there is multiple modules, different casing. Oh, okay. So this is actions. And what else? Field browser. Who cares about the field browser? Cannot resolve store reducers. So we are in components, so one up, and then store and reducers. Okay, so store reducers. So store is here, components micropost. Oh, so this is two actually. Let's see. Okay, so now our app compiles. And let's see when we refresh. Well, this is not the one we want. We want the localhost. What's going on? Localhost 3000. Okay, so index. What's going on?
I see red on your screen. Is that real? Is that real, or am I just being colorblinded?
So micropost index, home view. Store is not defined. Okay, so store is not defined. Okay, that's fine. So let's go here, and then we will go to components, counter index to counter index. And where is store? Oh, this is actually coming from here. So export default, and then this is a store. So I don't really like this. import store from, no, this is going to create a new store. This is the problem. This is not good. This is not really good, to be honest.
Why? Can you explain?
Um, well, the thing is that I was trying to kind of break how this boilerplate works, and to kind of decouple it from the router and decouple it from this entire thing that it has, and it seems like it's pretty coupled. So this I'm like trying to decouple it, but if I'll do like create store here, so store equals create store, then it will create a different store and return that store, and that's not what I want. Um, and that's not what I want. Okay. So import, and then let's see here. So counter, yeah, it broke everything. So let's see here. So now it's gonna see it, but this is not gonna do anything with the dispatch and the props and so on. So let's look at our let's look at a different way. So let's go to reducers index, reducers here, and make root reducer and make root reducer. So we have a location reducer. And then let's say that we have an import of posts reducer from components micro post and reducer, and then post reducer, like so. Okay, so this is here. So is this 2 levels up? Ah, my goodness. Components. So src store, and then store. So this is 1 level up. Okay, so micro post reducer. So it's here. Why is it telling me it could not resolve? Can't resolve in src store. So 1 level up, and then components micro post, and of course. So this is micro post. And now it's building, and now our app should build. Do I have Redux DevTools here? Yeah. Okay, so let's look at our state. And our state, you see this post reducer here?
Yeah.
So this should not actually be this. It should be import posts. So this should be what? Posts, like so. Okay. So now we're getting somewhere, and what we want to do now is inside of our action here, we want to fetch from the server, right? So I never remember the syntax of this. So fetch Redux, let's do this. Async action, so let's do this. Fetch, return, great. Fetch something. Okay, so then this is going to return, then response.json. Do not use catch. Okay. All right. So fetch here. Let's see what we have here. So import fetch response.json. Let's look at, I don't even have it here. Okay. So one thing here. Okay. One thing I want to see is I want to look at one of my older projects. Just 1 second. Okay, so let's see this. And let's clone it here. And that's not really the one I want.
You mean React client?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, let's clone this. So git clone here. Okay, so we have something here. So this is return function dispatch here. And then we're going to do fetch. And this is where we're going to have a problem. So let's do slash API slash posts here for a minute.
Okay.
And what we have then is this. Okay, so dot then response is response dot JSON, like so. Dot then. This is going to be posts. Okay, and what we can do for now is just console log our posts. And
right.
Let's see what we have here. So, oh, obviously I'm missing a fat arrow here. So save this. Great. Now what I need is to have a proxy here. Okay, so this is dev.
So does this use Webpack like the way we use the old one?
Yeah.
Okay, Webpack, yeah.
Okay, so let's see what we need here. So let's look at dev server. I don't see any mention here. So let's add it here. I'm not sure it's even being used, but we can try. So proxy, and this is going to be API star, and this is going to be a proxy. Oh, sorry. So proxy like so, and then I promise I will. Cam, let's just see what Cam said. Twitch. So cancel dev, bust out some async await usage, give the advanced guys something to swoon over. I promise I will. And thing 840 706 is this front side JS. Yes, but we're also doing backend JS. What I want is just to have something working. And once we have something working, will refactor it a bit more. Okay, so we are going to do /API something here. And then this is going to be a proxy to HTTP localhost 4000. Right?
Yep.
Okay, so awesome. So let's do this and save it. And what we'll probably need to do is to restart this. And yeah, this is JSON. Okay. What? Oh, I didn't save it. Okay, dev server. Okay, so now what I want to do is go to, oops, not here. So localhost 3000 and /API. And I'm not sure it does that. So is it even using the Webpack dev server? So let's see, apply Webpack, middleware, serve static from public. So app.use, this rewrite all the routes requests to index.html. Oh no, this doesn't. This doesn't. So let's see, we're going to need to do express proxy. Proxy with Express.js. Let's see what we have here. So this is going to be this, and then we're going to do the HTTP request. This is painful. Okay, let's see if we can make that happen actually here. So components, and then micro post and actions here. And let's do HTTP. This is probably not going to work, but 4000, and then this is going to be posts. It's almost 100% not going to work, but let's try. So inspect, and this is probably going to give us a user error. So this is localhost 3000, and it doesn't even work. It doesn't even call it.
Why does it not work?
Well, it's not calling it. So let's see what we have here. Oh, dude. Component did mount. That's what we need. Okay, so this is what we need. So components, micro post here. We're going to need the presenter. And then here we're going to call component did mount here. And then this dot props dot load posts from server, or actually just load posts. So refresh, and what I see here is that it, oh, this is weird. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good.
What did it do? Did it fetch it?
Yeah, it did, but every time the micro post is being rendered, and that's not what I want, because this is gonna, inject,
Lots of times.
Yeah, so we're gonna need, but what we see here is if we look at the console, is no, this, yeah. So you see 4000 localhost doesn't access control allow origin.
So we still need to get the proxy working.
Well, what I can do is I can add a header. And fake it.
Okay.
So let's go to post controller on the server here. So post in the controller, and then res dot header, and then access control allow origin, and then star. Okay, so let's refresh here, and we still see. So let's see here. This didn't work. Oh, I need to npm start here. Okay, great. So you see this? This is loading everything
So it's fetching.
into
Okay.
our console. Yeah.
How did
fetching.
how did you fake it? Oh, rest header.
Yeah, I just said that access control allow origin.
All right.
All right.
So allow everything. So this means you allow everything.
Yeah, I allow everything.
Star means everything. Okay.
So now we need to do a bit of refactoring. Okay. And what we want to do here is inside src components. Oh, this is the server. Sorry. So inside of here, src components micropost, where I'm going to have a list.js here. Okay. And this is going to be comp index. Okay. Okay, so this is, you know what? Let's make it differently. So let's create make dir dash p. Well, you know what? Let's just change this to mv src. So mv this to src component micropost, and this is going to be list container. Okay, so then this and list container. Okay, where am I? My Vim is stuck. Okay, Vim is stuck. Let's wait for Vim. Okay, great. Vim woke up. So list still. Vim is stuck again. Ah, Vim. Okay. So list container. Why is this giving a heart attack to my computer? Okay, so this is our list container, and this is going to bring the list from the list, and then this is going to be here. And now this is going to be a presenter. Okay, great. So now this is going to be map state to props and posts. So const posts equals to state dot posts, and then this is going to be posts like so. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the component. Where is it? Micropost. And then this is going to be here. And this is going to be here. And then the reducer, the inject, the load, the actions are all going to be here. Okay?
Okay.
And then in the micropost presenter, we have this component did mount. So we are going to do that in micropost list. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. So then, what we're going to do is first in the home view, instead of micropost, we are going to say list from micropost list. And then this is going to be list here.
Okay.
Okay, so let's refresh.
Do you already have a list component?
Yeah, just created it. Where were you? Were you here? Were you around?
You're going just too fast. I'm only catching like bits and pieces. There's just no way to follow up with the entire thing. It's just way too fast.
So this dot props dot load post is not a function. So why is this? And then list. Oh, this should not be list. This should be, my goodness. List container. Okay, awesome. So now what you can see is we have posts and they're being loaded. And if we go to the console, then we see our object being loaded. Okay?
All right.
So now what we want to do is to say here, we are going to remove this into here. All right, so then this one, list container, awesome. And then here, this dot props dot posts dot map, right? Item index. Okay, so this dot props dot post dot map, and then here we are going to return this dot draw item, and we are going to bring in the item and the index. Okay, so now we have a draw item, and it accepts an item and an index. By the way, Flyer Fine and Stevens and people in the chat room, like the entire point is if I'm moving too fast, then let me know. Okay? So if something is not clear, if I'm moving too fast, then stop me for a second and let me know what is too fast and what do you want to have slower or for me to explain better.
It's too late to stop you now.
So
But yeah, it's like it's too late to stop because most people were already like lost long time ago. I would imagine. Like I'm lost long time ago. Like I don't even have time to ask questions.
This is so bad. Okay, so return here, and then this is going to be micro post. And what we should see now, and list. Okay, this is wrong here. Okay, refresh. Another one. Unread property map of undefined. This dot prop dot posts. So okay, just 1 second. I'm looking at the chat in a minute, guys.
Player
wait a second. Wait, are you laughing at me?
No,
just explain everything
I'm laughing
again.
at what player finds comments just to explain everything again.
What the hell is Net Ninja, by the way?
It's definitely
And
not what you're doing.
yeah, it's definitely not what I'm doing.
Way to lose
Who,
viewership.
who am I doing this for? Micro post. Who the hell am I doing this for? Okay, so this dot props. So list container, and then this is a part of state. Um, okay, so um, okay, I don't know, some dude on YouTube teaching me about REST APIs. I got so lost that I started losing my current knowledge, which isn't
Hey
much.
Matt, no worries. That's how I feel too, you know. Knowing this guy for so long, sometimes that's how I feel. Like before I learn something, you're destroying my old knowledge. Because you're going too fast.
I just don't know how to slow down now.
Before I can articulate my question, you're like 10 things over already. So there's no point to ask that question because by the time I ask, you wouldn't understand my question anymore. You know what I mean?
Um, yeah, I know, I know
But
what
it's
you
okay.
mean.
Dude, for this session, let's do it for performance. Okay. There's very little educational purpose other than the point here is how fast you can go, right?
No,
And I
no,
think
that's not the point. But okay.
at that point,
Okay, so and let's see what Matt is saying. Someone is saying, let's see what's going on here.
that is funny.
Matt is
I like
saying,
it.
yeah, that's why I had to get his ass in a Skype call so I can ask the question. He was like, listen. I was like, no, you listen. I don't know this stuff like you do.
uh, it's all right, Matt. That's how I feel like 80% of the time, like when I work with him. So.
Um,
Oh my lord, that was funny.
shit. Okay. So what we're missing now is I will be slower now. Okay. So micro post, we're missing in the action. We're
Just
doing
be yourself, man. There's no need
um
to slow down right now. We're 2 hours in already.
um okay. So let me slow down here for a bit. Okay. It's too late to slow
I
down.
told you, dude, it's too late.
Shit.
Just go on, man.
I'll just
Like,
go. That's it. Good
just
night.
go,
Okay.
go.
So one thing that we're missing here. So let me explain what we have here now. So we have a REST server here on localhost 4000 that when I query localhost 4000 slash posts, it will return an array of the posts. Okay. So you can see here with Postman, localhost 4000 posts. In the client side, what I have is a component. So if we go here to the client side, what we have here is a component called micropost, which has a few files. One of them is the list container. And the list container is mapping properties from the state. So what is this state? The state is almost like a client-side database. And what you can see is you can see it here. So if we go to the state and we look at the state tree, then we see that posts is an empty array, which basically means that now this component here will have posts property as an empty array. All right. And what we also have here is an action, and that action fetches the posts from the server and logs them out to the console. What is missing now is basically the connection between the actions and the state. So the action, instead of just logging out to the console, basically needs to almost insert this post component into the database. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Um, so this is what we're really kind of missing here, in order to get this to work. At least for now. Okay, so let's see that. And what we're going to do here is dispatch, and we're going to dispatch loaded from server.
Okay.
And oh, sorry. So let me open this up here. So this is going to be the type, and then the posts are going to be the posts from here. So then we can only do posts like so, right? So then here, and then we dispatch this action. Okay. Once we dispatch this action, this will go to the reducer. Okay, so let's go to the reducer here. So micro post and reducer. And this will be this. So then here we can do if action.type equals to loaded from server, and we need that here as well. Then what we're going to return is action.posts, and now this is going to be our state. All right, so let's see if that works for us. So dispatch is not a function, which basically means that we have no, we don't. So return function dispatch. What is happening here? And I think I know. So list container. So this is this and dispatch. Okay, so let's refresh here and ask, let's see the questions. Thanks is easier for beginner. Well, time to play some video games before my head explodes. Be right back. True, good point. What are your thoughts using sagas or thunks? Generator seems like a better abstraction than thunks for multiple async operations. Thunks is easier for beginner. Okay, got it. Now I follow up on now I'm caught up on the chat. So I completely agree with Player Fine. Thunks are easier to follow. They're easier to understand. They are easier to map one-to-one between what is the thunk and what is your state. The sagas are really hard to work with, and I think the sagas is something you progress to. And just to realize what is the asynchronous function and when is it being called. Usually if you put like a beginner that never understood Redux or never understood like this concept of state, then you will find that they have zero idea what is this thing and how is it working. And with Thunk, they can at least find themselves, like somewhat find themselves inside of the mess. So this is kind of my thought. So this is going to be what? This is going to be like a self-executing function. Who is following? Who is following? Let's see. Jackso more something. I'm sorry. Okay, so here this is going to be like a self-executing function here. And here, I think, let's see. Okay. Okay, so localhost, what is going on here now? So now I see it's not really even calling the action. Okay, so let's see what is going on here. Okay, so let's see here. What am I missing? Now it's not even being um so tribes. Well, why am I saying tribes? So now load posts is not working. So now here in list container, um, this should be like a self-executing function. So load post is a function that will call load post from server and pass dispatch and post from server. So everything here kind of looks good.
Which part broke? Does it not detect the state change?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't do anything with
With the data?
yeah, with the data. I mean, it's not even calling the API. You're passing dispatch in the outer function as a closure into inner. Load post from server should I have dispatch, not the inner. Yeah. But it returns a function, so it's not really true, but it should return the function. Okay, great. So now, as you can see, we have, this is a sample title, but you see we have 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is exactly the number that we're getting from the API, right? And what we need to do now is go to the list.js, right? And draw the item, and then the title is going to be item dot title, like so. And then in micro post presenter, what we are able to do now is to call this dot props dot title.
Okay.
And you see this 222
Yep.
2222, which is exactly what we have. And then here we can say this dot props dot votes. What happened? So this dot props dot votes. Okay, and then we can pass it here. So votes is item dot votes. Okay.
Okay.
One more thing I can do is I can basically spread the item. So like so. And then I will have a votes and a title as well.
What does this syntax do?
So micro, just a sec, micro post. This will, you see this? So this will spread the item.
Like spread, like virtually spread them?
So this will become, so just a sec, item.id and refresh. Okay, everything looks good now. Okay, so what this does, this spread, is let's say I have an object that looks like ID1 and I don't know, name equals something.
Okay.
right? What this will do, so dot 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 some object will basically spread the object to positional arguments, named arguments. So it will become ID equals 1 and name equals something. So then you can just spread the items like so, and then you think about it. You pass title equals item.title, and ID equals item.id, and then so on and so forth. It's basically
Okay.
spreads.
Okay.
It spreads the
It's
keys into a key and a value.
got
It,
it.
it
Got it.
spreads the object into a key value
Got it.
on the component. I promise I'm not missing the chat. I will be with the chat in a minute. Okay, and now we have this is a sample title. Okay, great. So everything looks good now. So let's look at the chat. There's a couple of React issues here. Key is missing. Oh, I fixed the key. It takes an object and spreads the key value into the thing. Yes. So this is great. Awesome. So what are we missing now? We are missing one thing, which is the voting, right?
Yep.
How long have we been streaming today?
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay. So you want to do the upvote now, or you want to do it tomorrow?
Well, personally, I would prefer doing tomorrow because, I mean, I'm pretty lost for a vast majority of this thing. So, but if you want to wrap it up, I wouldn't mind.
No, we're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we? We are here, and we can look at the tags and then compare. So we can compare master to 0.
Camzac. Yes, I understand the Redux model. Yes, to answer your question.
Okay. So this is what we have, and you can actually see the commit here. So here and here. And you can actually see the commit. We have quite a bit of code here. But I mean, all we've done is like 149 lines of code. So it's not this big of a deal in terms of, what we have here. I think it's just like the pace of adding code that is.
Yeah, one is the pace for adding code. Two is this is a boilerplate that's a bit different. So I'm like somewhere in the middle. I was trying to figure out what the structure looked like. That's why it gets increasingly confusing for me.
Okay, so git commit -m initial commit post list is working, and git push, and let's go here and here, and this is the commit for the server. Okay, so now is your favorite time. People in the chat room, your favorite time, your time to shine. We are closing out on our stream for today. So this is your time to ask questions. Any question is legal as long as you're respectful. Whether it's a career question, personal question, or something derogatory about Stevens, everything is fine. So if you have any questions, people in the chat room, whether on live edu or on Twitch, then let me know what you guys think. If you have feedback, by the way, I would love to hear it / read it / whatever. Holy shit. I did not expect that question. So can I answer it and then edit it out? Um, when was it?
Next year.
This is,
Nah,
um,
since he was 14 years old.
I think 7 to 8 years ago, I would say. Um, Probably 7 to 8 years ago. No, I'm not antsy. It's just I was trying to remember, and I was trying to be honest. I'm not trying to like next
No,
year.
he's trying to think. Oh shit! If I say this, the IRS might come for me.
The IRS won't come for me. I don't have enough money.
Yeah, if you say 7, 8 years ago, you better report that number on your tax return 7, 8 years ago.
I wasn't even a citizen of the United States 8 years ago, or even a like authorized to work in the United States 8 years ago. Um, okay. Any other questions? So the company that popped the cherry, so to speak, is my own company. I have been an independent contractor for as long as I can remember, and I popped my own my own. Um, or you were contracting, that's cheating. You pay yourself too much. Um, yeah, I basically before I moved to the United States, I had a consultancy. I would say, what people say, a boutique consultancy. Um, uh, and yeah, I'm cheating. I'm paying myself too much. Um, so, any other questions? Feel free to ask. We probably have about 5 to 10 minutes to, for people to ask questions. What I really want to take the time here for a minute, while people are asking question, is to show you AVI. So let's do it another way. So up here are links, and those links are for you to use. So there is a link to the stream, and this is avi.io/stream is going to the stream details page, and there is the Discord. So the Discord, if you look at it here, where is Discord here? So Discord is really active while the stream is live and while the stream is offline. So I watch this. I watch this Discord, and if people have questions, then I try to answer it. Um, and yeah, let's go ahead and answer a few more questions. So, what are the pros of using that keyboard? Okay, so that keyboard, first of all, let's show that keyboard. So this is the keyboard. It's a split keyboard, and it's you see it has like this little tent system where you can kind of have the keyboard in any kind of angle that you want. And this keyboard is called the ErgoDox Easy. And there it is here. So you can find it, get it, buy it. And there is the configurator. And the configurator of this keyboard is really amazing because what you can have is you can have multiple layers of like the keyboard. So as you can see here on the keyboard, there's this little, let me try and show it. So there's a little like LED light, a little red LED. Well, it's not really shown in the camera. Let me try and, okay. So here. So you see this here like red LED light. This basically means that I am on the 1 or 2nd tier of the keyboard. So for example, if I go into the editor, here, then what you can see here is I type, all right? So I'm hitting the same key, right? A here. So I do A, and then I move the layer, which is a pin key here. And now this is dash, all right? So then I can A dash, A dash, A dash, A dash, you know? So then I have like all sorts of, this is like curly braces, and this is, all the braces are like in my fingers here.
Oh, so you can map as many layers as you want?
Yeah, yeah. You can have as many layers
Wow.
as you want. Um,
But then how can you remember?
well, it's like I don't remember. It's like in my muscle memory. You know what I mean? So you see,
So
this
what?
is like very similar to what I have. Uh, it's like this is when it's on layer 1. This is curly braces, and when it's on layer 0, it's ENR. So this is a space, for example, or enter. And then when
Uh-huh.
it's on layer 1, it's like increasing the LEDs, and so on and so forth. Okay,
That's interesting. That's very
so
interesting.
Twitch thing 840706. How much is this? So it's about $300, and it's worth every single penny, of that $300. Slack or HipChat? Slack. Random question, I guess. Trying to determine how familiar I should be with Core.js practices before moving to a framework, and whether Angular React would be a better option. Player. So just a sec. Player fine. Did you give up teaching your daughter to code? Never, man. Never. What are you talking about? Never. Um, no, never. It's just my daughter is not home right now. They are in vacation. So um, back in Israel. So she's not here now. So unfortunately, we can't sit anymore for the next 3 weeks. $300 keyboard. Look, man, I'll tell you something.
He just bought a how much computer?
Um, so here's the deal, and here's my philosophy, and this has been my philosophy the entire time. Cam, I think you make money being on your computer, and if you make money being on your computer, then your computer, your gear, is a money making machine, not a money losing machine. So if you can afford it, then you should get the best gear you possibly can, because that will pay off, right? If I can work with that keyboard and I type faster, and I can work, I can work longer, and be um, you know, I don't even know, more productive or more inspired. This is a money making machine, right? It's like putting money in the fire to make more money. So you basically burn money, but the fire will give you back more money. So this is why, for me, like gear and kit is an investment. And by the way, you see here, behind me here, I'm a competitive cyclist. And as a competitive cyclist, I have gear. I have cycling shoes, and I have cycling, I have a bike, but this is a money losing machine. So as a money losing machine, I don't spend as much money as I spend on a money making machine. Um, so this is kind of my philosophy there. And random question, I guess. Let's see what Jaxo is asking here. Random question. Oh man, I lost it. Let's see. Random question. Trying to determine how familiar I should be with Core.js in practice before moving into a framework, and whether Angular React would be a better option. So um, I think what you want is to have basic JavaScript knowledge. What is like promises? What are closure functions? What is this in different contexts? A bit of like object-oriented programming and functional programming with JavaScript. and then you need to learn one of the frameworks. My money is on React. My money is on React. I worked with Angular for a long time, and you know, uh, and these days my money is on React. So once you have fairly basic understanding of JavaScript, then I would move to a framework. What road bike do you own? So I own a specialized called Venge, which is a race bike. Let's see if I can actually find it. I think I can find it. I'll show you. Yeah, this is my bike. Actually, this is a better picture. This is my bike. It's a race bike. Okay, all the popular frameworks now all implement the same model. I actually disagree here, but just a bit. No. So there's a Venge bike that costs 12K. So yeah, dude, if you want to go crazy with bike gear, you can go crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. My bike is not even near that. Oh yeah, not Angular 1.0. So yeah, if you're not talking about Angular 1.0, then yeah, I agree. They basically all now implement the same model, and again, I think once you understand the and this is maybe going back a bit about my answer from before. Once you understand the basic of stateless components, and what is stateless component, what is stateful component, and what is the state in your app, then you will find yourself in modern Angular code as much as you will find yourself in modern React code. So sounds good. I mainly just need to start getting more project completed. I was already thinking about going the React route, really just to have so many things to learn still. Mostly need to get a job doing something related. Yeah, getting a job is rough, especially if you're not an expert in at least one field, or at least can show knowledge in some field. Then yeah, I agree. But again, just make your own project. Just like what we did today with this Reddit thing. If you can show one of these projects completed, this is a project that will get you in the door, right? I mean, we did it in 2 hours here. You should not expect to do it in 2 hours. I'm really not trying to, compliment myself here, but you should do that project on your own, and you should expect it to take a day. And just make one. Just make one of these Reddit things, upvote, downvote, some login with Facebook, and put it somewhere. Put it on a Roku. And this is enough to get you in the door. Yeah, I think player fine. Do you disagree? I'm not really sure what the models are yet. Put it in the list. I mean, a player fine. I think I really want to understand what you and yeah, join the Discord, man. Join the Discord. The Discord is going to be a great resource for you because it's online even when the stream is offline. So join in. So player fine. I still don't know if you could disagree with me or not, but let me know. I'm going through FCC, making my portfolio at the moment and determining what to populate it with. I don't know what FCC is. What the hell is FCC? What is FCC, Stevens?
No, I was actually Googling about it.
Federal
Communication Commission?
What is FCC?
I mean, oh my God, I don't think that's what he's talking about.
Oh, free
Oh,
code camp.
free code
Okay.
camp.
Okay. Free code camp. Got it.
What is a free code
Excuse me.
camp? Learn to code and help nonprofits. Ah, okay.
Oh, I think I heard about it. Shendu 16. Oh, snap. All you did was fetching data and displaying on the screen. Okay, so here. So I don't know how connected you are, Player Fine, with more junior engineers, but I can guarantee that if you take a list of requirements like we had here and you give it to someone, the most complicated thing would be where things go, where are my API endpoints, what is the model, what is the database. It will take a day, at least a day. Dude, like what we've done here in 2 hours, it's a day. um, and those bugs and yeah, those bugs like those like semicolons and keys and hey, the like just me knowing that I needed to remove node modules to let it recompile in place. This is 2 hours, man. This is 2 hours of Googling, 2 hours of like trying something. And again, I'm not trying to compliment myself. I've been a senior engineer for a long, long, long time. And I have seen junior engineers struggle with things that are far less complicated than that. Just yeah, man. Cam Zach is like doing my he's like my public attorney here. Why do I even need to talk? Why do I even need to talk? But again, like the most complicated thing would be to even like understand what is the requirements and translate those requirements into a simpler to-do items. That like that flow is something that not all junior engineers have. And thank you, Cam Zach. I appreciate you a lot. A lot. Okay. You just back me up. That's great. That's great. Sometimes sometimes it's nice to have someone back you up. Okay. So acidic mushroom, learn at your own pace. It's better to go through than write spaghetti code. I agree with that 100%, but I think spaghetti code is also unavoidable. Yeah, so trying to make up for that now and really loving it, but my problem so far has been bouncing between a bunch of resources and not having much to show for the knowledge I've gained. And listen to me now. I am going to answer this question in the best way that I can. So trying to make up for now, really loving it, but the problem is being bouncing between a bunch of resources and not having much to show for the knowledge that I've gained. And this is something that I want to explain to you about myself, and this is something that you should adopt for yourself. 1, never try to learn one big subject. Never try to learn state management in an app. Never try to learn client side. Never try to learn one like big thing. Always try to learn by what you need to do next, right? So let's say you want to build an app. So first of all, go build an app. And now you want to see, how do I render a component in a scalable way? Learn just about that, just about like this little thing. Learn about that, right? And then you want to say, okay, so now I want to do a proxy between localhost 3000 and localhost 4000. Just learn about that. You know what I mean? Don't learn about Webpack. Don't learn about proxy. Don't learn about HTTP. You know what I mean? Learn about little things. So focusing on a project and solving your problems one by one. is what's gonna get you the knowledge, and it's gonna get you the knowledge, and it's gonna get you focused knowledge instead of just like trying to learn one big subject. You know, I think this is like the best way to learn. Um, and this has worked for me throughout my career. Um, and Yeah, but focus on completing. Just ship, 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 ship. Cancel Dev, have you done anything with React Native and Expo? So yeah, I've done React Native. A lot of it was contracting work that I can't share, unfortunately. But I've done React Native. I've done a bunch. Let's see who's following. Tenable Tarsier, Twitch. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm refocusing for the most part. Um, that's a great approach. Thank you. Thumbs up. Um, and again, for me, it really works because I have the focus span of a goldfish. So it really works for me. I read on something like 2, 3 tabs, 4 tabs, 5 tabs, and then I go back and I learn and I learn and I learn, but just on one subject, right? Just on one little thing, and then I solve it and then I move on. But I let my problems dictate my learning. Okay, awesome. Mostly okay. Matt is saying, "What is it still going?" Yes, it's still going, man. But now we're like in a Q&A stage. We're not coding anymore. I'm done coding for today. I posted the links to the commits. Let me post them again here. Kamzak, thank you, man. Wow, dude, that's crazy. Thank you, Kamzak. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Okay,
Wow, $5.
$5.
Kamzak is a rich guy. Loaded, man.
Um, I think that approach is really scalable. You can also buy a course. So I think that approach is really scalable for learning one by one. Um, what's happening now? Axmat is following. Thank you, Matt. Although you're on the Discord already. And people that are not on the Discord yet, please come and join the Discord. It's really fun. Um, it's really simple. It's right here, avi.io/discord. Okay. Let's try and answer two more questions here. So if someone has a question, feel free to ask it. Um, the Discord worked the second time. Not sure why it wasn't the first time. Okay, yeah. So as long as it worked, it worked. We now have like 30 people, and it's really an active community. And again, like I always say, I can only stream so much, but the Discord is always open. What now? Player Fine is following. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Um, all right. So yeah, there's avi.io/donate and avi.io/discord, and don't mix up between the two. Um, Discord is completely free. No strings attached. You can join in and join out, and log out whenever you want. Okay, so just one more thing. The YouTube channel here. Let's see where we are. So this YouTube channel here.
We're 2 hours in already.
And here. So you can check out the YouTube channel and subscribe. Lately I learned how to do video editing, so I try to put better videos out. Um, and yeah.
Teaser.
Okay, D-Sock is saying hello, dude. Like, where were you? We were like streaming here for 3 hours. Um, okay. So this is it for today. It's 10:30. So we're gonna close out the stream for tonight. I was coding. So we're gonna close this stream for tonight and say thank you for everybody that's been here. Thank you for the people that asked questions and made this stream more interesting to watch. One thing I think I want to say is I'm sorry if I went too fast, and kind of lost some people in that like um, that like pace. So
No,
I'm
I think
sorry.
it once in a while when you go fast, it's also interesting because it kind of show, like how fast it can be, right? Like for me, for example, before I see you coding in real life, I've never imagined, like development can be, like this, right? Like so fast. So it's kind of like an eye-opening thing, I would imagine, for a lot of people, right? I mean, some people know, but most people they haven't seen something like this before. So I think you know, it's also like a show point, right? Kind of an eye opener. So it's still good, I think.
Awesome. Okay, so thank you for again. Thank you for being here, and we're gonna see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Same time, same place, same Twitch channel. And I might be, well, maybe I might be also streaming during the day tomorrow. So come check it out. And as always, follow on Twitter, and we'll see. All right, thank you so much, and have a good night.